Conditions majority bearish at 9 and 5, gaining a little bit of momentum here. 13 and 1 on the 1 hour time frame on S&P 500. Here you can see a breakout a couple days ago above some of the more recent high points into this supply block and starting to press through that level. We do have a significant resistance though at the upper end of that range right here, and we'll see if we can push through that and hold that 57, 54 range on S&P 500. Futures this morning, down slightly, but just holding their ground right here. Pretty extended in this rally where we have this move in the last 3 or 4 days as prices bounced off that 618 low and are starting to work their way back through this corrective zone, and now right in between the momentum zone and corrective zone here on futures. We'll see if S&P 500 can follow suit and hold that 57-54 range. That'll be a pretty significant area, as well as that 56-33 range. That's a little bit tight to see, but inside of this box right here, if we can hold these ranges, if it does find resistance and pull back, this should be a support area. If not, it slides back down and retests that area. So we'll see if we can hold that area, then we may gain some support, which may ultimately gain a little bit more traction here as well. As far as breadth in the market, not seeing anything. There we go. Sorry about that. That loaded up here. We've got majority bearish on stocks above the 50-day moving average, still sitting at 40, so 60% trending lower still at this point, and the market is a good representation of that as well. We're seeing VIX volatility back down into that 1730 range, and a little bit of a blip there yesterday to start to move back up. So remember that the VIX is opposite of S&P 500, and so as that is moving higher, VIX is moving lower, and as VIX is moving higher, then we're getting volatility. S&P will start to trade back in. So we're watching to see where, are we getting an expanded trend bearish on this as well, matching up to expanded bullish on S&P 500, and we're getting there, but we could see a little bit more upside here as well on S&P 500. SHY continuing to show strength right here, majority bullish on the daily and the 1 hour time frame. TLT, the longer end of the yield curve, we're seeing that at majority bearish on both the 1 hour and the daily time frame. If we take a look at the corresponding rates on those, we're seeing the 2-year majority bearish. Had a little bit of a pop here the other day, 2 days ago, and still in that overall bearish trend. 10-year 434, and some bullishness in the trend. It's got majority bullish at 8 and 6 on the rate of that 10-year. Those rates are still, the 2-year and the 10-year, still holding up above 4% currently. As well. Dow Jones Industrial Average seeing majority bearish at 9, 13 on the 1 hour time frame, pushing up above this now a demand block once it shifts back up above that. So we're seeing some demand in the Dow Jones Industrial Average inside of this range. We'll see if it can push and hold up. This is the DIA, so it's got to hold up above that 421 range for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but seeing some support right here at these levels. Also on NASDAQ 100, really across the board, we're seeing now Russell 2000 also showing some strength right here, but we're getting that compressed trend on the 1 hour time frame, and that could run into some overhead resistance. Now you actually have a shift of trend on this time frame for the Russell 2000. So the Fibonacci snap tool is going to snap to the current trend on a certain time frame of the chart. So now we've shifted. So the high and the low, it's automatically grabbing this, considering this the high and this the low. So it shifted the trend. Now these are going to be levels of resistance to be aware of, versus the other direction when we see a bullish trend and we're seeing something that looks more like this, and it's grabbing this is SHY, meant to grab SPX, where it's grabbing onto this low, and now you're seeing it's here and here pulling back. So that retracement, we're seeing the opposite on the Russell 2000. So it's already, and it's obviously we know that. We can see that from the current trend as well. Let me just press this over. That time frame is a little bit tighter. USO, we're seeing a little bit of strength right here in the last few days in oil. Majority bullish back on the daily as well as the 1 hour time frame. May see some strength here in oil if markets continue to retrace. That could potentially be another headwind if we get rising oil prices. Gold, we're seeing that nice rally continue. Had a move yesterday that gapped it back up, back to majority bullish on the 1 hour and daily time frame. And SLV also showing continued strength with that gold market rally as well. A couple of stocks to consider today in the screens. We don't have very many as markets are. We're still getting some upside, but we're just not getting a lot of participation in that. AXGN, decent looking pattern here where we've moved back into the momentum zone, increased volume, and confirmation bar there as well. That's probably the nicest looking pattern. We also have PANW. This is a little bit deeper in that retracement, but increased volume as it's moving out of that corrective location and pushing its way back towards. It's got some work to do right here. I'd love to see it up in these ranges. Those are a little bit more ideal setup, more like this type price pattern than the deeper retracement on something like that. Also seeing Carvana, which has been kind of a name, popular stock, big run up here over the last few years, and a pretty big deep retracement all the way back to that 50% range, and now pushing its way back a little bit higher as well. If you'd like access to these screen settings, you can get them in our Discord channel, which there's a link in the video or in the description of the video, I should say, and that'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.